The NBA is constantly evolving in terms of talent.
That's got to be a 50 ball. He took off just a little inside that free throw line, one hand and double clutch.
Having watched the NBA closely for 20 years, I often think I've seen it all. That the league can't possibly showcase more talent than it already does.
Curry splits the defense behind the back, fires a three. Oh, he puts it in! What a spectacular move!
Yet, whenever I watch Kyrie Irving play, I'm left utterly speechless.
Irving for the win! Oh my! A southpaw finish from Kyrie Irving!
What did he just do? How did he manage that? What on earth does his training look like? These questions pop in my head whenever I see Uncle Drew work his magic on the court, which leads me to wonder, could Kyrie Irving be the most skilled NBA player of all time?
Irving inside, a layup. Oh! How did that go in? Mavericks take the lead!
Before we dive into today's video, there's one important misconception we need to clear up first. And that's understanding the distinct difference between being the most dominant player and being the most skilled player. Dominance often relates to physical presence and impact on the game, while skill is all about the finesse and technical abilities a player possesses. And while similar in many regards, these two qualities don't always go hand in hand. For instance, consider Shaquille O'Neal, often considered the most dominant center in NBA history. While his physical power was unmatched, it's clear he wasn't the most skilled, particularly when it came to shooting. Similarly, Giannis Antetokounmpo is a towering figure in today's NBA, but despite his many talents, no true hooper, especially James Harden, would claim he's the most skilled, largely due to his shooting limitations. Now, with that being said, when you think about the most skilled players in NBA history, who comes to mind for you? Maybe Michael Jordan, with his unrivaled collection of championships, or perhaps Kobe Bryant, renowned for his relentless work ethic. Could it be Allen Iverson, famous for his devastating crossover, or Hakeem Olajuwon with his legendary footwork? As we explore this historical lineup further, some might argue that Magic Johnson must be mentioned for his visionary passing, or Larry Bird for his comprehensive skill set. Moving more to modern players, Steph Curry inevitably comes up due to his revolutionary shooting abilities, and we can't overlook Nikola Jokic either, who's known for his exceptional finesse around the rim. Now, there's no question that these players represent the elite when it comes to basketball skills, and that they're the cream of the crop. But even with such legendary names, you might be wondering, why do I suggest that Kyrie Irving is above them all in terms of skills? Well, first off, let's look at the facts from the 2024 playoffs so far. Kyrie Irving has been completely unguardable in the postseason. Just consider this. Anthony Edwards, widely regarded as the best two-way player in the league, who dominated both Bradley Beal and Jamal Murray throughout the first two series, actually got tired guarding Kyrie.
He's gassed because he's having to chase Kyrie Irving, the guy he called out and wanted. He is absolutely tired right now.
This is something I couldn't have imagined before the series started. I mean, it's one thing to find Kyrie difficult to guard, that's almost a given, but for one of the most athletic guards in the league, the guy pegged as the future face of the NBA, to gas out while trying? That's a whole different level of impact, and it really highlights just how extraordinary Kyrie's skills are on the court. I mean, this is the same guy who went toe-to-toe and defeated Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets, but when it came to Kyrie, he was completely outmatched.
Irving in the corner, got by Edwards, infiltrates the lane and gets it to go.
Oh man, what a tough shot there by Kyrie.
This is absolutely insane. Yet, the crazy part? This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what we've been seeing from Uncle Drew. Something else we've been shown during these playoffs, which further cements the belief that Kyrie is the most skilled NBA player of all time, is his uncanny ability to keep defenders guessing about his next move. I mean, just look here at how he absolutely fakes out Chet Holmgren, one of the league's elite defenders, for an easy bucket. This unpredictability is a hallmark of true skill, as Kyrie consistently outmaneuvers the opposition, who seem to always be struggling to keep up.
Irving spinning, fall away. Good again for Kyrie Irving.
Absolutely ridiculous. Next, when it comes to shooting, it's absurd to suggest he's a better shooter than Curry overall. However, in the current playoffs, where defenses tighten and shooting accuracy typically drops compared to the regular season, Kyrie is shooting from three at a higher percentage than Curry has ever managed in his illustrious playoff runs.
Dancing, prancing, pulls up, three-pointer, bang! And a foul!
This segues into the next point, and that's the fact that more than any other player in the league, Kyrie seems to always be able to get off his shot. I mean, thanks to his handles and his knack for keeping defenses guessing, Kyrie is almost always in a position to take a good shot. As a huge Warriors fan, I can appreciate how phenomenal the Splash Brothers are, but even with their shooting prowess, sometimes I catch myself echoing Paul George's infamous line after one of their particularly audacious attempts.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bad shot.
When watching Kyrie during these playoffs, however, I haven't found myself saying that even once about his shots.
Put him in a position to do just that.
Washington the steal. Irving the three. Got it. He sticks it.
Next off, because Kyrie's such an elite finisher, we often overlook his vision and his ability to thread the needle with surgical precision. While I wouldn't put him on Magic Johnson's level in terms of playmaking, from what I've seen, Kyrie dishes out assists at an elite level as well.
Percent free throw shooter missed them both. Throw down on the other end to start this.
Moving on here, I think this next clip really sums up why Kyrie is the most skilled player of all time. I mean, in the clutch moments of Game 3 against OKC, with the clock winding down and the Mavericks desperately needing a bucket, Kyrie faced a pretty good defender in J-Dub. Despite this, however, he was able to completely blow past him, find the one spot on the floor unguarded by white jerseys, and sink a left-handed floater to clinch the game.
Timer at 5. Irving goes to the left floater. Good for Irving.
It honestly doesn't get any better than this. You know, about a decade ago, hands down, the most skilled player to ever grace the NBA courts was probably Kobe Bryant. There aren't statistics to perfectly capture this, it's all anecdotal, but back then, I couldn't imagine anyone being more skilled than the Black Mamba. His footwork, his ability to get off shots, the man had every weapon you could possibly think of in his toolbox. And yet, even as a huge Kobe fan, I'd probably have to admit that Kyrie has surpassed him in terms of pure skill.
Irving, McDaniels is on him. Kyrie plays his way.
Anyway, enough about what I think. Let's see what other NBA players have been saying about this. Do you remember that game against Denver where Kyrie hit a 20-foot left-handed game-winning floater over Jokic? Well, after seeing that, Damian Lillard tweeted out that Kyrie is the most skilled motherfucker ever. Then, not too long after that, Draymond Green discussed it on his podcast, saying this.
I saw Damian Lillard tweet, Dame Dollar, tweet Kyrie Irving is the most skilled player in NBA history. And quite frankly, I'm not sure who can argue against that.
Moving on, a while ago, Chauncey Billups, the former 2004 Finals MVP, had this to say about Kyrie.
That's somebody that played the position. I think that Kyrie's the most skilled player to ever play that position. Just straight skill. Nothing else, just straight skill. I think he's the best that I've ever seen at the position, skill-wise.
This is quite the praise, especially coming from someone who has graced the NBA as both a player and a coach since 1997, which spans nearly 3 decades. Turning now to one of the league's young promising talents, Jalen Green, the second overall pick in 2021, here's what he had to say about Uncle Drew when he first entered the NBA.
Did any star player kind of surprise you?
I would say Kyrie. When we played him, he was like, I think he had like 50. Damn. But like the way he did it, it was like this nigga is like going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's stopping on a dime, pulling up on threes.
Mm-hmm.
He's throwing the ball over niggas' heads, and I'm like, bro, what is going on? Like,
You know, a quick Google search will reveal a ton more praises from NBA players who are simply in awe of Kyrie's skills. So at this point, it seems pretty much confirmed. Kyrie Irving really is the most skilled NBA player of all time. What's crazy though is the nature of records. They're meant to be broken. As time goes on, players evolve, improving and surpassing previous benchmarks. Someday, someone will top LeBron's scoring record. Someone will surpass Curry's three-point record. And yes, someone will undoubtedly emerge as even more skilled than Kyrie, as hard as that may be to imagine right now. But that's the beauty of sports. It's always evolving. I mean, right now we're witnessing the rebirth of NBA legends right before our eyes. Victor Wembanyama is essentially Wilt Chamberlain 2.0. Luka Doncic is channeling Larry Bird. And man, Ant-Man is shaping up to be the next Jordan. Now, I know this take might raise some eyebrows and some might disagree, but despite being outclassed by Kyrie, the 22-year-old Edwards truly has the markings of the next Jordan. And if you're curious about why and want to explore all the similarities, do yourself a favor and click on this video right over here.